Hey. Uh. Alrighty, righty. Where are my notes at? I gotta pull it up. Here they are. Okay. I do these. I don't know what to start with. I think I want to do space junk first. In fact, I want to like verify. Make some variations. So things other than asteroids. Yes, that is the play. I also gotta pull up your ref too. So I think I need some reference images for this. So I'm gonna go collect that real quick. Let's see. Go Google some. So I don't want to make another rock. Let's see. Alright, so there's a scene in the Space Marine game, which is, I think, pretty good. But I don't know. When I look up space debris, there's a lot of like real life stuff, like satellites. I don't think that really fits the aesthetic of 40K, so I think the approach is gonna be okay. Battlefield Gothic or modded too. This is where I get the models for the ships I actually make. Maybe there's like space debris from this game. I'm not sure. It's a lot of rocks, actually. I guess I don't really make too much space debris. It's thinking like a cylindrical sort of thingamabobber. Okay, I think I've decided. Alright. I don't need to show peer ref right now. Oh yeah, I also added the chat thingy. But I will. I'm gonna keep using this file, I think. But I think what I want to do is get one of these like other ships that I have, and then sort of find a way to incorporate these elements into like a bit of floating debris, right? So this is like the side wing of a frigate, and but you know, this looks way too pristine. Like if this was floating in space for a while, it'd get like really messed up. So I'm gonna try to add some stuff to make it look really scuffed. Also, the music might be too loud. Actually, wait, no. I should just adjust it here. So I'm gonna get rid of some of these perfect curves here. I'm gonna get rid of this. Don't want that, don't want that. Get rid of this. Okay, so I think a good approach is to like start by removing stuff. Something like this, right? And I can rotate it slightly. And now I've gotta like kind of give off the impression that parts of this thing have been taken away over time. I feel like this is a good way to do it. So like this, and then maybe some interesting slope here. Something like that. Oh wow, Mia is also here. It is Lego time. It will always be Lego time. It's never not Lego time. Let's see. I also kind of want to make parts like this where it's almost like something bumped into the whole structure and then knocked like a chunk out. You know, like when you ever like drop your phone and then there's like the deformation of the metal and just sort of like forces some metal out of the way basically. So it's not just a hole, right? There's like a bit of metal sticking out of the phone now. Something like that. So I kind of want to give it that effect as well. So I'll use this again like I did yesterday. These are also expensive, like relatively expensive, but I'm going to use them anyway because I think they're cool. I feel like I can get rid of this, yeah. Let's see. I need to like filter out some of the background music. I've just been adding entire soundtracks, but I probably shouldn't do that. Okay, I kind of want to add the connection point here, but just make it really messed up. Maybe I can add like a something like this, right? Or actually, wait, no. I think an inverted slope here would be pretty sweet. Something like this, yeah. So it kind of looks like it's the connection point, but I also want to like sort of graduate this here. I think I'll just use another inverted slope here. Don't want to spend too much time on this. I think one of the big things is to be like sort of time efficient about making debris. Not bad. I think this looks sufficiently messed up, you know? Like, this thing just straight up fell from a... Okay, actually, but since this takes so little time, I think I'm gonna actually do more. I wanna basically get an entire ship here. So let me just get the rest of the ship. Right. So, how should I divide this? I think this section is very distinct and deserves to exist on its own here. This, the front ramming prow thingy is also very distinct. This middle is like kinda sus, I don't know. Maybe. But we'll see. So let me just sort of... I want to spend the first chunk of this stream converting this ship into a flying piece of trash. I think a lot of I want to start with this one. I don't think it's gonna be as easy as this because I think I need to do a lot of like deformation here to really sell the effect of it being just messed up. No turret for you. I don't even want like a top here. In fact, I want to straight up remove half of this, I think. I don't need any. I don't want this section here either. I do want to preserve like one like side mostly with some adjustments. So I think this is good. So I don't care about like stability or anything, or I do, but not in the sense that this is going to be connected to a larger ship that is supposed to stand on its own. So I can kind of get rid of all of these supports here and just redo it. Like, I'm gonna get rid of this too, because I don't think I can make it structurally sound. You know. But here we have this. So there's some like kind of special parts that I kind of don't want to use if I don't have to. I should remove these manually, otherwise I'm gonna get in my own way here. Yeah, so I think I'm okay with this. This is not a terrible situation. Although one issue is how I keep these connected, because some of these just aren't. So I'll have to be careful there. Just turn these gray. So this is all connected, this entire structure here. And by proxy, I think this is connected. Yeah. So is this. Not here though, this is not connected. So I'll need to like manually connect this here. Does this work? Oh wow, it does. Okay. So I've solved that issue. I'm gonna just connect this sort of haphazardly like this, and I think this means that the rest are put together now. Oh, not here though. Let me do that real quick. Okay. There we go. So I think this is not bad. Let's see. What else can I do here? Let's strip away this. So I think one important aspect here is the colors. This red is way too bright. Like, this is a fresh coat of paint looking sort of red, which is not what I want. What I want is a dark red, so it's like kind of like faded. But I do want to keep some of the bright red to kind of show the fact that it is in fact old. So like give something to compare to. Something like this, right? I think this is pretty appropriate. I could turn these to I'll keep them gray. Yeah. So, but because I'm exposing the interior, I can't just like have whatever. I need to sort of give the impression that something is going on here, and that there was in fact an interior. Which is a little difficult. So I never really intended the inside of this to be shown. So if I do this... Okay, well, yeah, that's not correct. If if I just do this, then now it's aligned together. Sure, this side so I don't get center right here. So I have a lot of nice like building opportunity here. So something like that. Think of it for a 1x3. I don't know, man. This is I think I need much more subtlety here. Yeah. Maybe one of these wedges here would do the trick. Something like this, maybe? I'll need to build up a lot more here. Not that simple. So I think this is fine. I just need to be like kind of careful and just be very conservative with how I add various things here. But then here is kind of this interior section here is where it gets really serious. So the first technique that springs to mind is this headlight stud inversion. So I can now turn this into a regular stud and then work off of this here, or at least try to. I don't know how successful I'll be. It's not looking quite as good as I was hoping. This is a big old problem to solve. Maybe there's a slight improvement, yeah. I can afford to kind of slack off here, I think. Because, I mean, it's not like this is standing on its own. There's a bunch of other random junk around it. But I do want to have this interior section sort of worked out a bit. Oh, I think one of the... I just realized, I think one of the big things that could really sell this thing as having like internal compartments is to have like floors here, right? It's sort of like gradually decaying floors. The issue is, yeah, how do I actually do that? I guess the quick and dirty solution is to use this part here. I can't really do any fancy like snot techniques because that just takes up too much space, I think. So I think the play is to do stuff like this, right? I could put another one here, probably. Yeah. Yeah, okay, that's not bad. This does mean I would like to shift the position of this a little so I can kind of get maybe like a... Yeah, I kind of want to have the support move somewhere else. I don't think this is structurally sound on its own. Yeah, so I can do this. Pretty unstable, but it is what it is. But yeah, this definitely kind of gives it the impression of being more like lived in. Like you can kind of almost imagine there being compartments here, and that people are actually working down here until you know, they got blown up. Rest in peace. So this might be an issue. I think this is like technically illegal because the logo of the Lego brick on the stud will interfere with the top section here, so I can just bypass that by just removing the section entirely. But yeah, I think this helps a lot. Like this is a pretty good way to improve things here. There you go. It's the right one, I think. Pretty close to finishing this section, I think. Yeah, I might come back to it at some point. Because I think there's a lot that could be improved, but I just can't be bothered right now. Let me just shove a cheese slip in here. How about I have like a piece of debris just sticking out of here, just like something like collided and just got lodged in here. I think that would help a lot. So maybe we'd have like this bar, right? That we would have it stick in here somehow. What the hell? What's the part? What in the world? What is... huh? Hey, yo! Hey, yo! This goes right up there with... Which part was it? It's in the Technic lift arm somewhere. Where you at? Where you at? Here we go. Wow, Mia would love this. There you go. A new one has been added to the collection. Excellent. I'm not using them. See ya. Now, how do I angle this? That's the question. So, I think one way is to use this and then somehow get this shoved in there. I could use this to my advantage somehow, I think. But how? Is this like hella expensive? Oh yeah, it is. Let me not use that. Oh. Is it this simple? It's like clipping in, but hopefully I can solve this. Oh man. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh well, no, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to like be angled backwards. What is up? Is this question time? Sure, I guess. Don't use any no words, I guess. Uh, yeah, the angles are hard. This is like, I'm really weak at angles. So it's kind of something I can only do in real life. And I hate being in real life. Although I do have a friend that makes like mechs and studio and somehow figures out all the hinges through software. I don't know. Dude's crazy. Yes, it does look like the Odindin. That's why I pulled it out. There's a lot of... What is up with the music right now? What the hell? This is just static. Okay, I'm just gonna remove this from the... Okay. It do look like Dindin. It do be a Dindin. Oh, this looks like an Among Us, by the way. This is the Among Us part. Very useful. I like it. A 1x1 with a bar on it, and it's curved, so you can put it at an angle. Very useful. Anyway. Yes. Yes. What a excellent part. Lego has so many wonderful things. It's truly a blessing. Actually, I thought of a good idea. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna shove this together. You get to have the honor of being lodged into this thing. So weak too. This needs to be supported better. Something like this. This is not like close enough, I guess, right? Like I really need to have them shoved together. But I'll work with this anyway. It's very annoying to build when things are like this though. Hmm. There's surely a better way of connecting these. In fact, I think I've thought of one. Let's see. Let's put these together. So what I really need is one of these at an angle. That's my main requirement. Ah. Shit. Something like this. And I can like shove it in here somehow, some way. Maybe I could use this. Not sure how secure of a connection this is though. It's a little iffy. I don't like it. Yeah, wow, this is pretty difficult and annoying. How do I do this? What the hell? I don't have an easy solution to this. I almost never do such ridiculous angles on my build, so I don't have much experience on like trying to get this to work. But I suppose that's why I must practice. Okay, new idea. What if I use this to my benefit? So I'm gonna go back to using the Among Us part. Or maybe not, I don't know. Let's actually rotate this. Change the color on this thing. There we go. Oh wait, hold on, this is not... Oh man, it's clipping in, isn't it? Okay, so... New plan. Should I do one over here? This is a bit safer, I think. Maybe. Wow, this is annoying. Oh, I found the perfect angle. Here we go. So what I need to do now is cover up this area as much as I can. I think it looks like a pretty good piece of messed up debris. I kind of wanna angle this slightly more. Wrong way. Oh my gosh! Please cooperate. Does not want to work with me here. Oh man, it's clipping into this now, isn't it? periodically go through and strengthen these areas. Replace this one with something. I'm gonna mostly follow this strat here, I think. So actually, on that note, I should probably restore this thing. I think having the gun barrel sticking out is a pretty important detail. Come on. Work with me here. Here we go. Yeah, okay. It's not bad. I think this is going pretty well. Although this being at an angle really messes up like placements stuff. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh. That's very frustrating. Let's see, what else can I do here? Let me actually use another grill piece here. Over here. Oops. Very nice. Yep, okay. I think I'll add an inversion here. And maybe some random thingamabobbers over here. Is this too heavy? I feel like it just fall over, but I don't know, maybe it's fine. But I think I can call this one also complete. Another piece of space junk. Realistically, I'd also have this like kind of at some funky angle. Kind of like, maybe something like this, right? Just kind of floating around. I think I'll leave these for tomorrow, maybe. Probably work on this one next, but what time is it actually? It's currently 10:40. Okay, still got a lot of time left. Maybe I'll try making a much larger asteroid, or like a longer asteroid, because this is like a cube basically, or slightly rounded cube. There's a lot of asteroids that are way longer. More like a rectangular prism than a cube. So I think I'll try and aim for that next. Right, so this is the origin. Although I want to bring this. Actually, let me asteroid 1. Just call it asteroid 1. Then ship debris 1. I'll call this ship debris 2. So it's nice and organized. beginning is always really difficult, I think. I mean, good old start it the same way, maybe. Create some space here, and then yeah. I think I'll lay down a plate here, make it slightly longer than usual. And let's see, let me add one of these here. Actually, let me try to make it flush with the plate here. Oh wow, why is this so difficult? Here we go. And then I think I'll get another few plates here to try and sort of build up a little mound up here. Do something like this, maybe? Kind of want to make it almost like a rhombus shape. I think that's kind of what I want to go for here. Let me just extend this out. Yeah. Boom. This around here should be like the most elevated section, I think. So I'm gonna sort of work under that assumption. Yeah, not bad. This thing's kind of growing on me the more I look at it, actually. Like on one hand, I think the bigger these things get, the more leeway you have in what you do. Like pretty small, so like every part kind of matters in creating the shape, but when you get bigger, it's kind of easy. It's like a sort of gestalt sort of thingy where I think people just kind of see the whole as opposed to like its parts. Is this too like obvious? I think it kind of is. I think I can only really tolerate a 1x2 here, otherwise it becomes kind of too mechanical, which I really want to avoid. Gotta keep this element of randomness, for sure. A little sus, but maybe I'll let it slide here. Take this. Yeah, alright. Just straight up do this here. Not bad, not bad. I think a chat box is like too big now that I think about it. I just looked at it. This thing's like kind of huge. Let me shrink this. Not like I could have. Is this better? It might be. I don't know. Shove it up in here. Yeah, that looks better. Hmm. I feel like I'm off to a decent start. I just don't want to mess it up from here. Because I totally could. This. I think I'll work on this for like 10 more minutes and then switch to the Drydock again. Okay, like this. There we go. I think a 2x3 makes more sense here. Right. I feel like I'm stuck, but I'm really not. I can just keep doing this, but like something's like, I feel like I'm missing something. I hope I'm not building myself into a corner here. That would be really bad. Something like this, maybe? Okay. So let me continue to make this sort of mound here. I think here is a good opportunity to create this element over here. Go. Nice. Okay, it seems to be going together pretty nicely. Yeah. It's sufficiently random looking, I would say. Let me try to change the stud direction here as well. Do a similar thing on the bottom here. Okay. also want some anti-studs as well. So I'm gonna try to accommodate that somehow. I feel like I could do it here if I really, really wanted to. So something like here. Now how would I get those thingies there? I think I'll have to do some clever inversion. Kind of don't want to do that though. So studs will get in the way of themselves, but if I can do something like this. And then get a tile here to smooth it out, and then we have no interruptions. Although I do have to adjust this section here at some point. But I will kick that can down the road a little bit, do it later. Alright. Maybe I should be saving my voice, because I don't know if I'll even have it tomorrow. I might need it for work. But, oh well, I will keep pretending to be a schizophrenic and talk to myself. Oh crap, I did not mean to do that. This section jutting out here is a little bit problematic. I think I need to quickly accommodate for it. Like, very soon. This makes sense. I need to do way more than this, right? So, yeah. So what I gotta do is, I need, like, significantly more height over here. If it even connects, come on. Bruh. There we go. Totally just like put stuff here, right? Although more accurately, I think what's more appropriate is I just extend this thing. Maybe not quite to that extent, but like over here, basically, right? Man, I mean, this is it, right? Yeah, that makes a lot more sense to me. I'm gonna use a 1x6 here. And you could do something clever like this, right? And not only that, but since these are anti-studs, you can do another clever thing here. Just sort of... Well, actually, I'll do half of an inverted slip. And then the other half here, I will do this. Right, not too bad. do this here. Like finish half of the asteroid basically. I finished one phase basically, right? How do I make this? I'm almost at an hour too, so I might have to switch soon. I already made 2 pieces of debris and sort of work on a second asteroid, so it's not bad progress, I would say. In fact, I think what I want to do now is... Where is it? It's this one, right? Let me try to insert these somewhere. Nope, don't do that. This one could go like... I'm pretty sure there's like stuff here in the way, so I can't really put it there. And then this thing. I can sort of slide it over here. Get over there. Alright. Something like this, right? So, you know, every day, just keep on adding to this pile of junk, and eventually there will be enough things to cover these supports. But I don't want to add too many though, because then that kind of clutters the space, and I kind of want to have the warp storm be the central point, and these are sort of just accessories. But it's not bad progress. I do like the idea, although I think it's better if this debris told a story. Like, it kind of doesn't make sense to scatter them too much. Like, the related debris should be together, right? So, I'll put them like this, right? So it's kind of like, you know, the spaceship broke apart here, and then that continues over this way. I think that makes sense. So I'll just save this for now. Then, let's see. I'll also save this one here as well. And I will open this thing. It's the continuation of yesterday. So I think the first order of business is to seal the back here. I don't know, try to see. Drydock. I'm gonna get some reference images. Because I had some ideas. While while I was like trying to sleep yesterday. For some reason my greatest ideas come when I'm about to sleep. So just fantastic, you know. Let's gather a couple images. Let's see. This one also looks pretty decent. Alright, so suppose I should show it real quick. So kind of use these as reference. But this one doesn't have a back. It's probably on this side, right? This one, oh, man, neither of these show it. I need a better image, I think. But I would assume it should look about the same as... Although actually a lot of them don't have backs, but I suppose it's like kind of special, maybe? I don't know. Here's a good image. Or something like this. But it does look like it's a little more specialized. And in this Drydock, it's sort of like this, there's just a graduated slope here. And so I think that's something I want to replicate. Because right now, hold on, is this even? Hold up. Oh, I think it is. I'm just stupid. Anyway. So I kind of want to get this thing going here. Also, I think I do need to extend it. Extend the scene in this direction as well. So goodbye, guys. I should probably get rid of the floor here as well. I was thinking of some ideas, and I think one of the first things is that the bottom is not necessarily just nothing. It's not just an empty floor, right? There's like actually stuff going on. In this case, there's water, so you can't really tell. But there's a lot of like miscellaneous things, I guess, right? Supplies, you got cars, you got, I don't know, what are these, like tanks of some liquid or gas, whatever in the world this is, you know, random stuff. And even if there isn't random stuff, there is like a structure, right, of some kind. So I think that's something important to keep in mind. And also, like, the clearance between the ship and the wall is like super thin. There's not much room. Like, I cannot imagine that there's a huge gap of space between the ship hull and the side of the Drydock. So I think I want to keep this like one stud like area here. Like, there's no need to make it any closer than that. The color as well. That is something I feel like I have to take into account at some point. I don't plan on building this, so I don't really care about the stability too much, as long as it's like realistic. So I can leave these kind of sort of free floating, because I know I can just reinforce the bottom later if I really wanted to make it in real life, which I don't. I think one of the idea I had when I was trying to sleep last night, which was less expensive. This one's less expensive. Wow, these are expensive parts, aren't they? Damn. It's kind of like this, right? Sort of building this intermittent slope structure here. Something like this. I think this looks pretty decent. I do like this whole vibe that I've got going on here. Basically what I do have things like this. Oops. Oh dear. So I think I played this music yesterday, so let's switch it up. What do we got? There we go. And I'm just gonna repeat this pattern for a while. Honestly, I should terminate this early, right? Just so I can preserve the natural order here. Oops. Okay. I don't even know if this color makes sense. But we ball. Oh my gosh, I hate these like micro adjustments. I don't know. Oh man. We end up like half the techniques I know to build in this like program are just ways of getting around the dumb snapping. Let's see. Boop, 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 boop. This is all temporary. There we go. So we have something like this, which I think looks pretty good. Looks pretty neat. I had another idea. It's an unbelievably stupid idea, but I kind of wanted to do it as like almost like a thought exercise. But basically, just 3 studs tall or 3 bricks tall. Hold on, let's do equivalent here. What is the exchange rate, so to speak? Because This requires not building. This is just an extra. Oh, it is. Okay, so this is kind of perfect because then. Right, so I lucked out there. But basically, the idea is because I have a lot of real estate in the back here, I can afford to do some really stupid snot techniques. And one of those stupid snot techniques I was thinking of is like almost like a ladder structure, I guess. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to expose only a single, this part right here. I'm going to cover the rest basically, right? So this kind of looks like ladders. Yeah. Now how do I put this on here? I don't know, but this might be useful at some point. I thought this could be like it's kind of an interesting thing to have on the sides. I don't know, maybe in the back, like something like this, like over here. I don't know what these are. Things like these are gates. I think this lets the water in. So you know, you got all sorts of like weird little support structures and like pipes on the side. So I think it's worth thinking about, at least. But for now, we just duplicate this. Oops. Yeah, it looks a lot better. And now I want to think about the backside here. So, I don't want to like do the same thing because it'd be difficult anyway. So I should try to think of something a bit more unique, I think. By 8. This 1x5 plate, like, I've like seen it once in real life. It's such an odd thing to have, almost. I used to think, like, that just wasn't something Lego would ever make. Like, the only odd numbered plate they'd give is a 1x1 and a 1x3, and just force you to be creative to figure out how to do all those stuff. They have a 1x5. So, how about a 1x7? Hey, come on. That would help me out a ton, honestly. Oh well. Anyway, back to building this. What should I try to mimic here? Maybe this thing? Kind of like it's almost like it's like recessed backwards here almost. So you've got this like special like section here that's almost like this. And then you have like so you have like 2 studs of that, and then you have the actual wall. So basically, in other words, I just wasted my time. I should not have done this. So amazing, it's so smart. And 2 by 8. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? Please. What am I doing? I'm like, can't even focus properly. Am I just? That'd be the whatever sickness I got. Something like this, right? And then there's like a wall back here. Actually, I shouldn't have deleted the thing I made earlier. Wow. My bad decisions are haunting me yet again. So now yeah, how do I mimic this? Something does immediately spring to mind, which is this brick right here. I feel like I could use this to some degree, you know, to create a similar effect here. Very cool, very cool. Yeah, I don't know what this is. So maybe just like this. Does it matter that much? I would say probably not. Let me just do this, I think. Come on, cooperate. Here we go. Then just tiles here for now. I think that's pretty decent. It's not a bad. Doesn't look too bad. Maybe just space these out more. I don't know. I feel like it's alright as is. Definitely an improvement over where I was at yesterday. What should I do next? I kind of want to address the studs here. Like, what should they be? I could just fill them with 1x2 like cheese slips for now. I get carpal tunnel doing this. Ow. Missed the spot. Missed the spot. Okay, I mean that looks pretty good. Definitely want to touch it up later and also add like the random stuff on the ground. But I think you know, big picture wise, this is pretty decent. Definitely not too shabby. Let's see. If I want to extend this further, I think the answer is yes. Okay. Actually, how far? I could go further. I don't know. Definitely this side. A bit more for sure. Kind of want the asymmetry to a degree. So maybe something like this is good. Yeah, looks pretty nice. This gives me enough real estate to put stuff around, I think. Okay, so this here, this here. Oh my gosh. Oh. There we go. Just mirror it over here. Okay. It's kind of just annoying, busy work at this point. Unfortunately, this must be very boring to watch. If anyone is watching. I don't have anything funny to say about this either. Actually, I just remembered something. Remember, I posted the original diorama of so I need to hide this. I realized. I uploaded the original diorama I had of this ship on Bricklink. So like you can just post your creations up there and people vote on it, and there's like a staff pick every week or a set of staff picks every week. Uh, by the way, one of mine got a staff pick thingy once, so you know, kind of a big deal. um, but anyway, there's one time I uploaded this, and it got some traction. Some people looked at it and commented, and it's like one guy that commented like, "Hey yo, I've been there," or something. I don't know, but it was like very clearly written by someone way below the age of 18, and I thought that was kind of nice. But you know, I wish I knew about Bricklink at that age. I guess is what I really thought about it. You know, seeing that comment, because I would have been building stuff way earlier. I only got into this in like high school, so I feel like it's a lot of wasted time, I guess, out of my life that I could have been spending improving my Lego skills. It is what it is, though. And let's see. Oh my gosh. We out here? We out here? Actually, there we go. Almost done with the busy work segment. Okay. Or what is... I want to look at the Drydock. Okay, so I think I do need to raise this up one more stud. Well, not one more stud, but like another brick. It really does depend on the Drydock, but it just does not feel right having it be this shallow. Yeah, but sometimes people like ask me for instructions to my models, and I almost like always refuse because I don't trust them. I think they're gonna upload, or not re-upload, but take my model file and then just start selling it to other people. Like I would give people this shit for free, honestly, if I could. Or I do sometimes when I think they're trustworthy. But like I would hate to have someone take something I'm willing to give out for free and then monetize it. There have been a couple incidents where like I think it's really suspicious. Like they don't seem to have any interest in building these ships, but then just like asking me for the model file. But there was one dude from Poland who was totally legit. He already had a whole bunch of other Warhammer stuff built. He never had a ship, but he had a bunch of Warhammer stuff that he built on his Instagram. So I was like, okay, yeah, this dude is 100% for real. Then I gave the model file to him, and then a couple weeks later, he sent me his Instagram like post where he's showing off like the work in progress that he has for his ship, and like I can see like parts of it that were influenced by like my building style, and like that was like kind of surreal. It's like pretty crazy seeing like your direct influence on someone else's materials. Like, you know, they're putting all this effort into creating something, and you know for a fact by just by looking at it that like your creations and like your effort helped them make it. It's kind of crazy. I don't really think that would ever be a thing that would happen to me. I mean, it's only happened once, so it's not like this is a everyday occurrence. But I mean, even if it's just once, I think it's really cool. I mean, stuff like that makes me just want to like, release all this stuff for free on the internet, which I probably will do at some point in the future. But I don't mean like I could never charge money for this stuff because I don't think it's good enough for one. But also like it would just artificially reduce the chances of someone just trying to use the material to make something good, and then me stumbling upon that again, and then be like, "Hey, yo, I build stuff like that." Maybe they just like lifted this technique from me. That'd be awesome. Hell yes. Anyway, enough yapping. Finally got this area done. So now it's all about what we put on it. Yeah. So here's the tough part. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Got like 30 minutes to figure this out. Let's see. So I definitely want cranes. Maybe like a train running through here, but I'm also working at a very small scale, so it's gonna be kind of hard. Well, let's try like making some cranes, I guess. That would be appropriate for this scale. Can't be using bricks, I've got to use like bars, I think. So stuff like this is not slightly goofy. I think this could be one crane. Like one particular crane. But maybe I could use like some combination of like this stuff. Maybe. This is also crane-like. There's like another thing that looked very crane-ish. Is it not in this color? I feel like looking. Let's see. Yeah, it's this, I think. But they don't have it. They don't have this, do they? I do try to stick to parts that actually exist. This is a ghetto solution, I think, but I mean, works. I also don't know how to connect this to anything. How would I? What connects to this? Does anything? I don't know. Can I like? So I can. Am I allowed to? Not sure. Hmm. Is any of this legal? I don't know. So, yeah, kind of scuffed. I think I need some better ideas. kind of want to try this approach first. Man, I don't know. I feel like the crane is much larger than this, so maybe I should go for this approach here and just have the legs be longer. Like this, maybe, yeah. Can I have some way to like crisscross them to attach them together? Hmm. Hey, yeah, this could be good. Yeah, I like this, I like this. So... let's see. Then I could have another set here. I could make the actual crane structure here somehow. This looks more like a cell phone tower, though. What do cranes look like? So they have this... that's the wrong image. Let me paste this here. Yeah, I'm gonna use this thing for reference. So there's... So they have this base. They're actually much fatter, like, at the bottom than I thought. So this is actually not necessarily correct. But I think we can have two different styles of cranes, so I'm not going to waste this effort here. But the top, I think, is generally the same. They've got this, like, counterweight at the back and a really long arm here. And, like, some way to connect a string sort of thing here. This cable. Just gotta, like, figure this out somehow. I feel like a headlight brick is a good place to start, as it always is. For now, I think I'll just do this, right? What about, you know, yellow? Hey. Yeah, yellow. Let's go. Do these come in yellow? They do. Nice. Okay, this is actually kind of already looking the part. Okay. Then I can maybe do something like this. Maybe I'll create a better offset there, but I can basically just have this thing slanted upwards. Okay, okay, this is starting to look kind of sick. This is pretty good. I'll turn these all yellow. Does this exist in yellow? It does. Let's go. Come on. Come on, work with me here. Come on. You're in there for like a second. Low? There we go. Okay. So from here is kind of the difficult part, I feel like. Whoops. I like having this front and center too. It really does give the construction idea. Like it really gets it across. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like the phone is pretty useful here, right? Like surely this is. Maybe some other time. But I don't know. Maybe do this and then have something sticking out here. It's legal. Think maybe. No, I don't think it is. It's illegal. And then I can add like a cheese slope here. At this point, do I just stop? Maybe I do. Because I can't really... I don't think I can do anything super intelligent here. I mean what would this look like? Oh, that's actually not bad. Yeah, I don't hate it. So I can have it holding a box of some kind. Why am I trying to build it like this? This is a much better solution, I feel like. There's gotta be a better way to do this. Like this part exists, right? And I should make this into like a color like blue. Yeah. Okay. Sweet. This really does look like a crane. Very nice. I want to put one on the other side here, but like a much smaller one. Something like at this sort of scale. Which makes me think maybe I could use this in that endeavor. A much smaller crane just kind of chilling. Maybe. But I have to like first invert this here, right? Let's see. Maybe I need to add a spacer here. Oh, is this? Oh, I think it's barely good enough. Wow. So let me put it like around here. It's very satisfying feeling here. It's like I've never really built anything like this at this scale, but it's kind of going surprisingly well. Yeah, I really like this crane. This is nice. Very cool. I am proud of myself. Wow. Ooh, wow. We should add like a little support here. Here we go. Alright, so now it looks like something here to climb. I think the move here is yet again a headlight brick. Or maybe. There we go. It's kind of trying to copy this thing here. And from here, I think maybe I could just copy this entire structure. So it's kind of big. It's ridiculous. It already kind of does, actually, so maybe I should redesign. What if you just rethink this area in particular? Like, I don't know, is there a good... Because there are cranes of many types, right? So, maybe kind of lean more towards this kind of shape. And I'll have a much shorter arm here. Then this rear section. I have to express this somehow. Like this. Then I feel like this is decent. Like it's a very different shape from this giant crane over here. Feels like it's meant to do a different job. Can I copy this? Yeah, okay. So I'll just copy this entire thing. Maybe I'll change the thing it's carrying. I don't know. I'll just keep it like this, right? Alright, here we go. Get rid of this area. Let's get this too. Hey, it kinda be looking pretty good. I'm gonna render real quick actually to see how it looks. For a bit. Maybe I'll go to the restroom on the way. Yay! It finished! Woohoo! Let's see. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Just drop it in pure riff real quick. Yeah, pretty good. Not bad, not bad. I do still have the issue of the background being like super white. I mean, I think if I angle this well, do something like this, then I can take up way more space. And that would be that. So, it's not the end of the world. But a lot of these places have like these buildings on the side. I think that's what I want to build next. So, I try to take up this area right here. Yeah, this. Hopefully, I don't know if I'll have my voice tomorrow. Maybe I shouldn't be speaking for non-stop for 2 hours when I'm sick. Also, this is so annoying. Oh my gosh. God dang it. Alright. It's whatever. There we go. Um, go. So we have for this area set up for it. Um, let's try to use some interesting techniques here. So, reddish brown, maybe. That's normal brown. What color is it? Like dark nougat? I don't. Oh man, there's nothing in this color. Oops. What color was it? Dark orange? Dark orange has a lot, yeah. But not that much. Dang. Wow. What? Man, I don't know any colors besides gray and gray. Medium tan? I mean, what color is this? It's like brown, but like I kind of don't want to use the usual poop brown. I don't want poop. Medium brown. It's just for people's heads. Come on. Dark red, but then it blends with this, and I don't like that. Light brown. It's for bionicle. I am not a bionicler. Do I have any other options? Man, is reddish brown the only option I have? Not look good. What's a good like brown color? Light brown is that, right? Oh my gosh. Medium tan. Tan in general. Tan has a lot of varieties, so I feel like I could get away with this. So there's a technique where you can shove a grill plate in between a bunch of different what do you call a bunch of different bricks, I think. And that's a thing you can do. And I forgot how you do that though. I've never done it. I might have to look it up. If I just look up like Lego micro scale building, there's a bunch of techniques I can probably steal from them. Uh, yeah. Okay. None of these are doing the thing that I want to see. Where are they at? I'm seeing some interesting builds, but they're not what I am looking for. Okay, whatever. I guess I just won't be doing it right now. Actually, it's surprisingly difficult. I'll do this. Do I just need more area? I think that's the problem, right? I just need more room to... There we go. If I just increase the width of this building. It's more like a warehouse now, I think. So I really do need to look for a darker color. Man, reddish brown. Dark red. Dark red makes it just look like regular bricks, I feel like. Which, I mean, it's not a bad look, honestly. So I'll take it. Nice and symmetrical. Cool. There we go. I should make these a different color, actually, the windows. White, perhaps? Is white too extreme? Should I make it like dark gray? The contrast here is like a kind of... It's almost like hard on the eyes. I don't know if like when it renders it'll look better, but... I think a darker color might make more sense here. But this blends into the ground, so I kind of have to change it, right? So this is the only real reasonable option I think left. I don't know if this is the correct approach. It just creates a space here. I think having 2 plates followed by the second like floor, I guess, makes a lot of sense. I might try to offset the first floor up though by 1 plate, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's not necessary. This has a slanted roof, and so I like to. Oh man, oh man, black is like kind of an extreme color, but maybe I think this makes sense here. It does give it very much a warehouse sort of feel. It sounds like I don't know. I'm not gonna copy it directly, but I'll copy some elements from it. I want tacos right now. Okay, this looks pretty decent, I think. This might have to be black, actually. Actually, what I'm gonna do is it's like what? 2 by 2 by 2 by 12. Here we go. Nice, nice, nice. Then, okay. Maybe something like this. I don't know. Let's try it out real quick. Does look good. It's not bad. I think it's pretty good for now. Oh, right, because that doesn't fit. I've got to do this. Okay, I want to cover up this gap here. One of the things I kind of want to learn to be able to do is use these gaps to my benefit to create additional details. I think that's a very, very powerful skill to have. It's almost 12, so like 5 more minutes and I'll finish this, I think. It's not bad though. It's like... I think I might have like a railway line coming through here, or maybe here. I don't know. There's a couple things I have to do. I just need to add more crap, basically. Like there's so much random junk. Like I don't even know what half this stuff is. There's a ship in the background. There's fence here. There's I don't know what these are. Are these canoes? And then the bottom here, right? And then there's even more crap at the top. There's just so much random stuff. But I don't just being able to place them in an intelligent way, I think, is very important. So I got a warehouse down here. I think the windows look okay. It's just a regular square. Gotta add some depth to it. The cranes look nice. Yeah. Okay. If I do it like this. So maybe I'll just take a render real quick. 1920 by 1080 maybe. So this will be the last thing I do before the end here. I kind of want a NVIDIA GPU just so I can render these things in like 3 seconds. Let me go check. Did they add any kind of let's see. Render image. Do I have the ability to use anything else other than CPU? What the hell? I thought there was a... Did they stop supporting it? What in the world? Am I just blind? Am I not seeing it? Let me look it up. Bricklink Studio Render CUDA. device. Oh, okay. So this doesn't appear if you don't have the right GPU. Okay. But yeah, man, I used to render like thousands of parts in like maybe like 10-15 seconds with the 3070. But it's like not even like trying that hard. I don't think I'm even using the CPU very much. How much am I using it? Actually, it was kind of huffing and puffing. Never mind. Okay, so I got this image. Let me just pull it up here. It's kind of what it looks like now. It's not bad. Maybe the warehouse could use some work. I think that's a problem for tomorrow though. It's almost time, so let's get these notes worked on. So keep working on the ship. Why is this spacing weird? So done. I have to done. Let's see. What the? Why is the arrow so short? What in the world? Okay, whatever. Oh man, formatting this is so annoying. Fix the roof of the warehouse. Add junk to the floor. Oops, I don't need to. Alright. I think that's good. Fix this formatting at some other point. But that's good progress for a single night. I will do this again tomorrow. Yes. The screen will be replaced sooner or later. Sooner rather than later, hopefully. But now it is 12:01. And that will be it for today. Bye!